Hello, my friends. Jacob is here once again. Happy Monday to you. Thank you for pressing play, for spending some time with me, for hanging out and talking about
YouTube is driving families apart!
God, all of a sudden I sounded like Killer Keemstar from Drama Alert Nation. Let's get right into the news!
That's in KSI made up!
I don't know if you know who Drama Alert is. He's very funny. I'll link below. You should check him out. He's like kind of the TMZ of YouTube. It's very funny stuff. Very funny stuff. But I've noticed a trend here on YouTube for a while. I've noticed that, families, they're having big issues, right? We heard about Logan Paul and Jake Paul. They were battling each other. They were doing diss tracks on each other. They were stealing girlfriends from each other. They were doing pretty sad things. And they got like millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of young minds that are just sitting there and watching all this stuff. Logan Paul and Jake Paul are, they're kind of like, they're very, very famous here in the United States. If you don't know who they are, this is a picture of them. Last year, YouTube Rewind had a big problem, right? Because they didn't talk about like kind of the biggest event that broke records everywhere. It was Logan Paul fighting KSI. KSI, who is basically the Logan Paul equivalent in the UK. And he has a brother too, named Deji. They both have millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of young minds that they are unknowingly and ignorantly molding. And I think that it would be a good thing if maybe they took a moment to consider the effect that their words and their actions have, because they are idolized. This is the reason why you have channels like Jack Black. Jack Black just came on, right? You have Will Smith just came on. You have all of these stars that are going to YouTube because they know that this is the platform. This is the place to be. YouTube is where it's at. So the question I ask is YouTube tearing people apart? Is it tearing families apart? Okay, this is what Facebook did. I don't know, there's gotta be some studies. Back in the day, when I went on Facebook, I remember if I got into a tiff with Danielle, I would kind of write some passive-aggressive little post about how,
should you ever eat potato chips out of a big bag, or should you pour it into a bowl and have other people share it? Because we want to know, should you do the same with cereal?
That's right, yeah. Stupid, ridiculous things that we argue over, we then made public, right in front of everybody as a passive-aggressive way to, make that person feel bad, make that person look bad, right? That's what we did. I'm not saying that Danielle and I did that. We did, and I'm sure you did. I'm sure everybody at some point in time has done something passive-aggressively to try to get some kind of validation that, when they're being wronged by their significant other or family member or brother or sister or friend, that they can just come on here and tell the world and get the world to just take their side. That's what's been going on YouTube. And it's like ridiculous. These guys are multimillionaires. They're making so much money. Their lives are so incredibly blessed. But this feud that was going on for a while between this KSI and his brother Deji, like I said, the UK equivalent of Logan Paul and Jake Paul, which has been going on now for a while. And I gotta tell you, it's addictive to watch, because you watch it and you think to yourself, what are they doing? Don't they get it? I mean, it's like watching a train wreck. And yet, the question becomes, this went on, last year with Logan and Jake. This went on with a lot of brothers and siblings and a lot of spouses. And you hear people coming out, and like the diss track was like a big thing where they would do diss tracks on each other.
These set of brothers went at each other mercilessly, revealing all sorts of horrible, terrible things, from sexually transmitted diseases to having sex with the brother's girlfriend, to who got who pregnant, to how many abortions did this one have, or saying that this one had an abortion when they didn't. It was pretty terrible, revealing financial records. I mean, could you imagine if I had to do a diss track on the Dan Dan? What would it sound like?
You shouldn't eat potato chips out of the bag. You should pour it into a little bowl. You should share it around and blah, blah, blah.
I was having a conversation with my buddy Jason a while ago. He has I Am Chris. Check him out on YouTube. He's awesome. He's got to get the 10. He's about to blow up. He's about to blow up. And we were talking about this, and he was saying, my goodness, it's like I look at what's on YouTube, and I look at who has like multi-millions of views, and I think to myself, is it because I'm just not, going low enough? Am I just a little bit too highbrow for most people? Because it just seems like the world is being dumbed down. And dumbed down so much that if you don't act like a complete boob and talk out of your rear end,
then you're never gonna get subscribers.
I just gained about 1,000, I know it. And you don't make jokes, and you don't attack people, and you don't put people down, and you don't laugh at your younger brother as he's obviously going through some stuff. He's obviously having an issue. You see, here's the thing. You get validation from millions of people on a regular basis saying you're great, you're great, you're great, you're great, right? But your brother's a little more popular than you are. Same thing with Logan Paul and Jake Paul. Same thing with KSI and Deji, right? Same thing. And then your brother turns on you a little bit in your mind, and then you turn on your brother, and next thing you know, it's like big news all over the internet and everybody on YouTube. And one day, this poor guy, he lost like 11,000. I mean, it's like a drop in a bucket. It's like a drop in a bucket, okay? And and the material, the things that these people talk about, it doesn't feel like they have this great platform, and it doesn't feel like they're using it to make something better. You could be funny, you could be controversial, you could be awesome, right? And still also inspire people to make the right choices, to do the right thing. And all this bickering back and forth between the brothers and these billionaire brothers, right? That are going on a regular basis. You gotta feel bad for one, you gotta get angry at the other. Come on. All of this stuff going down, and you got everybody, you have all these young minds watching this on a regular basis because they're sucked into their phones, which, it's addictive. It's addictive. And what do? They emulate their idols. They become their idols. The people that you worship doesn't mean to...
Oh, hallelujah.
That's not worship. Worship is, the first time worship was ever mentioned in the scriptures, it was when Abraham went to the mountain and he was going to lay down Isaac, the promise. He was going to sacrifice the promise of God. His promised child, he was going to sacrifice. And God's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm providing the sacrifice. You don't need me killing anybody. What do you think? You silly religious guy. Worship means to lay down your life, to lay down the lust of your life, right? You see, the problem with Deji is that he was so focused and so concerned because he takes all of his joy and all of his power and all of his pride and all of his sense of worth from all of these subscribers. So when he starts losing them, he's got to come on and tell everybody that they're all wrong and that it's his brother's fault. And he has to pick somebody to blame, not realizing that he's putting his faith in material things in the world. The lust of flesh, the pride of life, right? The want for more. I had an email from an awesome viewer of mine, and it had said that I was doing videos now for the money. Now, of course, I took time to respond back, and I said, look, it would be great if it was. I was getting a lot more. That'd be awesome. Awesome, right? Because I could spend more time at home. I could spend more time doing videos. It would be awesome to have as many subscribers as KSI, Deji, Logan, and even Drama Alert. But I like Drama Alert. He's awesome. He's very funny. He's very funny, and I appreciate the dude. But if I had that, I can't even imagine what I could create on here. I could do series, and I could do a poetry channel. Because how many people are lining up for that, right? The influence that we can make, right? Listen, we're all provided for. You have to do the best with what you have. So when I got this email and it said to me that I was doing it for the money and that this is what the Holy Spirit told this person, it struck me because it's not why I'm doing it. I mean, I've been doing it since 2008 when I just recently started getting paid by advertisers, but I still have a full-time job, and I actually took a huge pay cut because it would allow me the time to grow this. There is a sacrifice to this because I'm passionate about it, because I believe that this is what I was meant to do. And I know that words have power, that my actions have an effect on everybody that is watching, which is something that KSI and Logan Paul and Jake Paul and Deji and every single one of them, including Drama Alert, even though I like the dude, right? That we are an example. And the bigger you get and the more subscribers you get, you become idolized. And these young minds start to worship you. And to worship, as I said before, it means to lay down the promise of God. So you have this promise in your heart to know joy, to know peace, to know purpose, to know power. And you lay that down. To what? To worship Deji and KSI and Logan and Jake, right? Is that what you're laying your life down for? Are you going to emulate them? You become them, right? You become the gods that you worship. That's why Hollywood is holy wood. They worshiped the stars back in the day, and now they worship the YouTube stars today. There's no difference. That's why stuff like this is happening. And that's why channels like mine and others are growing, because there's a shift that's happened in the world today. You're going to see it in every arena, in faith, in politics, everywhere, in entertainment especially, okay? So I wanted to come on here and I wanted to kind of put a plea out there, because I'm not putting either of these guys down, these channels down. Look, I'm sure that their hearts are in the right place, but I think they're young, and I think that they have I think they're worshiping the wrong thing. I think that they're doing things, and Drama Alert said it, Killer Keemstar said it. He said that you're doing it for the views. You're doing it for the clout. You're doing it for this. You're doing it for that. And guess what? So's he, so's everybody. So are all of us. If we don't think that we are, to a certain extent, like when I come on here, you don't think that every video that I put out, I want you all to share and subscribe and check the bell. You don't think I want the channel to grow so I can make this my living? I do. I definitely do.
So check that bell, subscribe, do what you gotta do, share it around, tell people about the channel.
Especially if it helped you, because I appreciate it. I do. And I promise I won't be taking any feuds on here and doing what I did back in the day, I'd get into an argument. It's so silly. Years ago when Facebook first came out, I'd write a lot of poetry. You go to my Facebook page, just go back. I don't go on Facebook anymore. I mean, I rarely go on. I rarely go on social media because I see how it can affect you. And I realize that this is a new phase and this is a new point of my life. And right now, it's really about relationships with all of you. And it's not about airing dirty laundry to anybody, believe me. I keep that private. I keep that in-house now, because it doesn't do anybody any good. It doesn't matter if you got 1 million people agreeing with you, Deji. It doesn't matter if you got 15 million or 100 million people agreeing with you, KSI or Logan or Jake. It doesn't matter. What matters is the example that you lead. Your words have an effect on others. Your actions have an effect on others. You have a responsibility when you come on here, whether you know it or not. You're affecting lives. Your dysfunction is magnified by their dysfunction because they don't have the means that you have, right? And if you're putting all your money and you're building up and you're buying more mansions and more Maseratis and more this and more that, right? What are you going to do? You're going to be fueled to make more money to keep up with it. That's why I like Shane Dawson. I like Shane Dawson and his brother, by the way, who's got a new channel. I think it's called Let's Mind Travel. He thought he was going to debunk Mandela effect. And I was like, and I left him a message. I thought, and the guy's really kind of a cool guy. And I think everybody should check out his channel and help the dude out. But I mean, they seem to have like a nice relationship. Shane seems to be, and I don't watch him, so I don't really know that much, but I saw his series, and he came across as a pretty down-to-earth guy. He wasn't a really flashy guy. And I kind of enjoyed that. I don't know if that's the way he is. I don't know if he's super flashy, but I remember he got upset because someone was like, maybe you should hire a team of people to edit your stuff. And Shane's like, I want to do this stuff. I like to create. And I admire that. Like Jason and I said, we were talking. I don't got a team of people. I got an iPhone, a ring light. I got like a $150 computer that I bought when I was in Florida with the Dan because she said, you should edit it. You should take this on the road, so you don't have to worry about editing just when you're at the at your work or in the office at the house. You take it and just edit anywhere. That's basically what I do everything on. Right? Very low budget. I don't got anybody working for me. I don't got a team. It's nice when you have a team, right? It's nice. It's easy. But if it's all about the money, if it's all about the views, if it's everything else, if you're living above your means, you're going to do things like, You're gonna get people to open up mystery boxes, right? Gamble, spend your money. You may get a icicle or something, just like a couple of YouTubers just did when they got into some scandal. Or you're gonna promote channels like Better Health, and you're gonna talk about people, you're getting depressed, just get on Better Health and spend a ton of money and get $300 every time it happens. I'm not here for that. I'm here to do more. I'm here to make a difference, and I'm here to also hopefully entertain all of you, and I hope that I have done that. I hope that you have the best Monday ever. Please do me a favor and subscribe if you've been here more than a couple of times. If you go into Google and you type in Jacob Israel, you go into YouTube and you type in Jacob Israel to find me, check the bell, will you? Check the bell, get the notifications, and share the video around. Don't forget to leave a like. It's important. Helps the algorithm to share it around. I love you all. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. I hope I'm going to see you tomorrow. There's a possibility I may not be because there's some things going on. Good things. We're going to talk about it. Jazz hands. I love each and every one of you. Bye-bye.